Yeah, not too bad actually, about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It is Thursday, 27th of June, and I tell you what, let me do this.
Oh no.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're catching up with some good friends, making new friends, all in one go, and believe me, you're going to love this. Yes, we're not only talking to a very good friend coming, well, originally out of Nashville. I think he's on the hop somewhere. Yeah, we're breaking into his honeymoon too, by the way, which I think is fantastic. I love annoying people on their honeymoon. Also, we're catching up with Nick Clues, who is over in Leicester in the UK, and a very good friend of his who plays with the band. Of course, I think it's now formed as the Wall of Sound. We're going to be talking to Shane as well, or Sean as well. But I tell you what, we're going to kick this off with Ridgebanks. Now, I better do this as well. Yes, I've been reminded. Nice to have everybody on board. It really, really is. For those of you that have never seen this before, well, tell you what, why not do this? Why not sub, thumb, bell? Bingo. Bell notifications when we do have important people here on the Gas Show. And, well, I tell you what else, subscribe, become part of the family. Yeah, we call it the noise here at Galaxy, simply because you do have a voice, and we hear you. We really, really do. We get all your media in every fashion. We even got a letter a couple of weeks ago. Believe me, that was fantastic. We didn't know whether to open it or frame it. Been a while since we've seen one. So have a look at that, and the thummy thing, you know what to do with that, right? Yeah, get epileptic. So let's kick this off. Here is Ridgebanks, one note at a time on Galaxy.
Loving your harmonica, Sean.
Yeah, I know. I've been working on it,
Okay.
trying to pull it off.
That one, yeah. It's an E major harmonica.
Turn it up. Okay, there we go. How's that? Cool. Oh, Marvin 42 is on board. Nice to have Marvin on board. Kim Hoosner and Christian Martin and Glenda. Glenda! The Apostle is with us. Nice to have you. It really is. Donnie Coulter's with us as well as that guy, CC Critter. Dear, oh dear. Guys, you guys are smack in the middle of bloody summer, or coming into summer these days, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When are we getting our gang together to have a tour? What are we doing about this?
We're looking at the summertime for that. Here.
Strange. Didn't I just say you're coming into summer? Sean, you
Blimey,
may...
brother man, you're still struggling, brother man, aren't you, with that cold and
Oh,
cold?
I definitely am. I definitely am, to be honest with you. Sean, you may or may not have realised you just stepped into a whole pile of it with us here in Galaxy. You really have. I was saying to Barbara earlier on, Nick, do you know where I keep my dad jokes?
Go on, where?
In my database. It's so bad you have to laugh at it. You really do. Stephen John Ireland's joining us as well as Terry Van Cannon. Hey buddy, nice to have you back. It really, really is. How's North Carolina? And by the way, how's the news? Pass the love on to the news for us, won't you? Believe me. Yeah, I'm glad it's a long weekend because I'm going to take some time off over the weekend and try and get my act together. So we've got 35 seconds. Let's go live. Have some fun.
Isn't this great to see everybody? I love this. Love this. Cheers, boys.
That's right, you're right. Here at Galaxy 107 FM, I'll just take a little top off that. And today, believe me, absolutely fascinated because we're talking to Ridgebanks. And believe me, we've broken into his honeymoon. Met Sherry earlier on. What a pleasure to meet that young lady. Also, Nick Plews, who happens to be in, well, they're in two different hemispheres, really. One's in America, one's in the UK. Dan throw in the harp player. Of course, we're talking to Sean as well. And very first time I've ever met Sean. So before we say hello to Ridge and before we say hello to Nick, hello, Sean. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. Now, you've been right. Which one or all of you is the Wall of Sound?
Well,
This is the wall.
we're all bricks. We're all bricks in a wall.
That's right.
You know, but funny enough, I actually worked with a band called Pink Floyd. They had something to do with the wall as well back in the day.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We're just cementing new friendships.
well, yeah, there's a bit of mortar involved in this, isn't there?
There's more to this than
Yeah, believe me. Look, we can go up this road.
The wall keeps growing the more people that get involved.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, Rich, I'm a brick collector. I really, really am. I got a young man who comes out of Norway. He says, I'm going to buy you something. I says, well, you know, buy me some bricks. He goes, how many do you want? I went, enough to make a castle. Okay, I'm good at collecting bricks. I'll, you know, have you put them together for me.
Lego.
Yeah, basically, but, you know, with real bricks. I like that. Actually, very, very cool. Terry Van Cannon says, well, all things are good in North Carolina. Other than that, it's 96 degrees today.
Hi, Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. In case you didn't know, Rich, Terry is a master of steel guitar coming out of North Carolina. Yeah, believe me, absolutely gem at what he does. He really, really is. And I recommend him to everybody. I really do. Amy Rose is watching. Hello, Amy. Nice to have you. It really, really is. Just say, you know, Amy, one love. Love it, dude. Peter Hoffman is watching as well. Now, we opened up the show with Ridgebanks, Stare Too Long, and I just found out that Sean was the guy that played on this. Rich, you better tell me all about this. I know we've gone down this road before, but let's refresh everybody's memory.
We were taking one note at a time, right? Is that the
Yeah.
song that we were? Yeah, that's really the song about the healing power of music, and it kind of came into fruition with us too because we were able to do this across the pond, and although Nick and I had met in person, nobody else had met in person. I haven't met anybody else over there, and we've been working for nearly a year and that was our first collaboration. One note at a time, with Sean on the harmonica too, which was awesome as well.
You know,
So it was a great start to what we're doing, a great start to our collaboration.
you know, I'm absolutely fascinated because I've been on the Ridgebanks train for a while now. I've got to be honest with you. I've been a big fan of yours, Rich, for a little while. But, you know, you even mentioned us while you were getting an interview with some young lady on television. I was sitting there going, oh my God. Because basically I think you were holding us responsible for introducing you to our good friend over here, Nick Plews.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was during our interview that I said that I was really excited about coming out to New Zealand and maybe UK. And then you said, oh man, you got to meet Nick. So it all started with you guys. And then Nick came out to Nashville and watched me play at one of my favorite venues out there, the Commodore Grill. And we were playing a little bit. And man, we hit it off right away. And he said, man, for your next song, which was one note at a time, he said, why don't you just record your voice, your guitar, and see what we can do on the other side of the country. And I thought that was such a cool idea, you know, and really that story is really personal to me because when I first came to Nashville maybe 4 years ago, it wasn't quite as easy to get on stage as it was, as you think when you start opening your heart and playing music. And so, although I've been writing for a while and playing for a while, I didn't play on stage all that much. The Commodore Grill was really important to that, where it's really cool in Nashville. You can watch somebody, a lot of young kids too, come in, not really know what they're doing, and you can watch them get their authenticity and their style, and you know, you see them 6 months later and you go, wow, what a difference. You can try out all your songs there and stuff. So I really feel like I healed one note at a time, and I feel like you got to have that kind of healing up there to really be yourself, you know.
Well, Rich, I've got to be honest with you. We are still getting a huge amount of requests for it, and we are still playing it. And I see your name every morning on the breakfast show as we line stuff up, to which I've got guys working on a new breakfast show as we speak. Believe me, we're going to be restructuring that very much, so that we're going to let the guys and the girls have an equal and opposite opportunity, literally, instead of what we've been going through lately. It's been a little bit mucky. But having said that, Sean, believe me, Nick, I'm going to get to you. Believe me, I've got a few questions for you. But Sean, I really want to know how you came into the picture here. How did this all work out for you?
You know, I really wanted to be on stage since I was a small kid, but you know, things get in the way, life gets in the way, and so I started writing with a buddy of mine, Tom Stanton, in the D.C. area, maybe until 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, and then I was working in healthcare at the time, but at night we were writing music and recording music. I was coming to Nashville and recording my first album. And then when I had a transition in my job, I decided to just leave it behind. And so I really started working full-time as a musician only about 5 years ago. And that's when I started learning the business, learning the stage, learning what songs really connected with people. And so, and then I met Nick, and now everything's just going to a whole new level.
You know, it's funny that you would say that you made music your full-time career. I've got a friend of mine, and she's announcing, literally, that she's going to be a full-time musician starting 4th of July, coming up not too far. I think there's going to be a few fireworks for that one, and I think that America's going to celebrate, I really do, because she's going to be one hell of an artist. She really is. Glenn Stillstone is joining us. Nice to have you on board. I see the boss is watching as well, unfortunately. Sandy Homer. Hello, Sandy. Nice to have you back. And Glenn Baker. Nice to have Glenn Baker back again as well. It really, really is. I've lost the comments. I really have. But having said that, I was asking you, Sean, how did you come into the mix here?
Well, Nick lives in the same village. We were drinking in the same bar. Conversation soon comes that, you know, we're both musos. And so I play the harmonica and I have one in my pocket. So I gave it a bit of a blast to start. Well, we've got just the thing for you. Yeah. So how do you fancy it? So I went down to Deadline Studios and I've recorded with Adam before. Absolute genius. And I was literally in there 3 minutes, and then out again. And sometimes first takes are the best.
Well, as an engineer, believe me, Sean, as an engineer, you couldn't have said a truer word there for sure. But having said that, Nick, nice to catch up with you again, brother man. It really, really is.
And you, brother man.
Great to see you. Please pass on love to Sean as well. You know, we love both of you. We really, really do. And keep listening. Believe me, there's some fantastic stuff coming up. But what I'm going to ask all of you right now is, I know that you stare too long. Rich, maybe, you know, a little bit of alcohol involved here. Did you stare too long?
A little bit of passive-aggressive is what it was. Staring a little too long. So I didn't have the nerve to go up and talk to somebody, so instead I just stare across the room. And when somebody stared back, Must have been love.
Well, believe me, I'm going to get to that one very, very shortly. But, you know something, I found that, well, when I go out and see women, believe me, I may get the stare thing. I might do that. But I found out that women want security.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually when I approach, it's the first word out of their mouth. Security! You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Today we're talking to Ridgebanks, Nick Please, and Sean. I'm sorry, Sean, I can't get you the last name. What does it say there?
Cleverum.
There you go. We're talking to everybody from the Wall of Sound. Yes, stay too long. Oh, gosh.
You're funny.
Am I? Really? You think so? My only producer.
Are you normally surrounded by high-vis jackets then, Graham?
No, I'm usually surrounded by people with long white jackets and long white coats, you know, stethoscopes and stuff like this going. Yeah. My on-air producer.
Restraining jacket.
My on-air producer goes, "You're funny." Really? I've always looked like this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know. Glenn Baker is watching. Chris Andreas is watching as well. Nice to have Chris Andreas and Wolf Milestone. Wow, nice to have everybody on board this morning. Really, really is. Only one interview today, and believe me, I think this one's really, really worth it because, well, for a start, I get the bonus for a change. I get to break into somebody's honeymoon. I love that. I really do. Believe me. I used to rock up at people's weddings. They go, "Oh, you with the bride or with the groom?" I went, "I don't care, I'm with the bar."
I'll drink to that.
Oh, honestly, believe me, I've done it a number of times. You know, somebody's getting married, everybody's filing into the church. Yeah, I'll go and join you. No worries, mix and mingle. Before you know it, you're going to the reception. And they go, "Who are you with?" It was like, I don't know, who's worth being with? Yes.
Oh, what happened to Sean?
Yeah,
Sean's disappeared. The harmonica player's disappeared.
Must have lost it.
He said his signal was a little bit intermittent. He's by the coast on the east of England, so...
Oh, well, we saw
Oh,
it from
dear,
the
dear, you might need some cream for that.
I'm not rubbing it in.
I was going to go there. Oh, dear. Stephen Berg is joining us. Stan Library is joining us as well. Nice to have everybody on board, it really is. I don't think I've seen Stan Library before, so welcome to Galaxy. Oh, dear. How long have we got with this? We've got about a minute and a half to go. Damn, it's hot in here.
You really found it a bit rough there, Grant, you know?
I am.
Take care of yourself, brother.
Yeah, it's all the sandpaper I've been eating lately.
Yeah, it's a bit coarse.
Yeah.
True grit.
There you go. By the way, Nick, I've been meaning to ask you, I've been watching a few police shows from England, and I see on your motorways you've got these zigzag things on both sides of a lane. What does that stand for?
I don't know what do you mean? Painted on the road? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, they're called crosshatch markings.
Hold on. That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to not only Ridgebanks, but Nick Please. We did have a harp player, but he blew it. He's gone. He's gone, believe me, he has. Dear. I had to throw that in, I really did, you know. Didn't need anybody harping on me about that one. But having said... Yeah, exactly, you know. Unbelievable. I actually do know a guy who makes his own harps, literally, and he can make them out of anything, including bone. You know what I mean? So, very talented man. He plays in Rotorua too, doesn't he? You know, in the blues clubs there. So, very, very talented man. He really, really is. Now, guys, I got all Loving All Over You coming up very, very shortly, but I'm just going to ask you, just while we've got a couple of minutes, anything new in the can? Are you bringing out anything new in the near future?
Yeah, we sure are. We got a few to choose from, including some pretty hard rock and roll stuff too.
Wow.
Now,
Might get a little rough, yeah.
that's
So
I like
yeah,
it a bit rough.
And with collaboration, there's no limits to our imagination. So whatever feels right, whatever's going, we got like quite a few things to choose from.
Oh, look out. Sean's coming back. We can better stop talking about him now.
Oh my God.
I got kicked out for some reason.
You got kicked out for some reason. Well, I tell you what, welcome back again, Sean. We promise not to talk about you too much while you're not there.
Thank you.
Right, guys? Okay, it's not his fault, you know, but hey, it happens. Anyway, I want to get on with this because, well, as you know, you didn't send me an invitation to your wedding. So I'm thinking to myself, did you play this at your reception?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, you would.
Actually, I did. I played probably 3 or 4 songs, and of course, we played the duet as well. So yeah, I brought my guitar, and I actually played at my own wedding.
Yeah, I knew you would, Rich.
With Sherry, we both played. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as soon as I heard this, I thought, hello, something's going on here. This is not Ridgebanks that I know as Ridgebank.
Right.
Then I saw this cryptic photo on Facebook from Nick Plews. Didn't say much, really, but it was very cryptic, and I'm going, all right, what's going on here? Then I see, actually a day later, you'd got married to Sherry, you know, and I was, that's fantastic. I'm really, really, really excited for you. I really, really am. Then I put 2 and 2 together and came up with 22. Loving All Over You. It's all about it, wasn't it?
Yes, it was all about it.
Knew it.
Exactly what it was all about. That was when we first got together, and it was on and off again, because neither one of us came to Nashville for love. We came for music, but that's when it finds you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, love comes along in the weirdest times at the weirdest places. But...
Yeah.
Could I just add to that, Grant? Do you mind?
No, go for it.
First and foremost, thanks to Sherry, Dave, Lenihan and Ridge for writing the song in the first place. But more importantly, I understand and know how personal the song was to Ridge and Sherry. And for Ridge and Sherry to release a little bit of control with people that don't really know the other side of the Atlantic, and to allow us to do that and get the wonderful Nikki Evans Colwell, Nikki Colwell Evans involved with that as well. It was a big thing for Ridge and Sherry to do, and we all knew that and respected that, and hopefully we've given it the treatment that it fully deserves. And I applaud Ridge and Sherry for allowing us to do that.
That's fantastic. But at the same time, Nick, I really want to talk to you about Nikki Evans, because believe me, not only is she an icon in her own rights, you know.
Yeah, she's a star. She's a star in her own right.
Exactly, absolutely. And I can't wait to meet the lady myself, I've got to be honest with you. But more importantly, what a fantastic job she does on Lovin' All Over You.
Right.
Yeah, she's a time-served performer, performing in London's West End as a leading lady in many theatre productions, touring. She's had various chart hits, singing pop songs and various other things. She's an actress and a thoroughly decent and nice person, you know. And And I'm lucky enough to know Nikki, and even luckier that she agreed to be involved with what we're doing.
So I've been told by my on-air producer, literally, that there's a young lady coming out of Italy. She's Teresa. She's asking, how do we get hold of you guys? Where can I find Wall of Sound? Is there a link we can go to?
Rich's department.
We could. Yeah, Ridgebanks Music or Ridgebanks.com is our website. You can go to Ridgebanks on YouTube. We have our own Wall of Sound channel, and we're on Spotify and anywhere else you stream music. So anywhere you listen to music, you should be able to find it by Ridgebanks. Some of it says Wall of the Sound, but if you put in Ridgebanks, you'll definitely find everything.
You know, that's fantastic. It really is. So without further ado, here is Ridgebanks featuring Nikki Evans, also Nick Plews and Sean blowing us up right here at Galaxy. Here's Lovin' All Over You. Oh dear. How you feeling, guys? You okay?
Perfect, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I see Cindy Davenport is joining us as well. Nice to have Cindy back. Really, really is. Been a while since we caught up with Cindy. So welcome back, Cindy.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, Greg. Where's Greg? I can't see Greg.
Oh, Greg Parrish.
Oh, Greg Parrish. There's Greg Parrish. Now, how did you get it up quick?
Well, I'm in
She's
control.
fascinating. I've got a number of devices here that are giving me people that are on different medias that are watching this, if you know what I mean, and I'm giving them shout-outs. She still beats me. I see Anita. Anita Wake is
We've got
joining
Good
us.
morning, Anita in Sheffield.
Yeah.
got those.
Yeah, and love to Rob as well. Absolutely.
And to Rob also.
Yeah, absolutely. Anita, weren't you recording something just a week or so ago? We haven't received it yet. It's cheeky, yeah. Don Allen is watching too. Nice to have Don
Not from
Allen on
Aussie.
board. Of course, he's Australian. Well, he's a Kiwi, but he is
Never
now
mind.
a resident of Australia. You know, absolutely it does. Dear oh dear. Long weekend this weekend. It's a funky one. It's a local Indigenous weekend called Matariki, Celebration of the Stars.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in for any excuse to have a long weekend. Problem is, Rich, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm pretty sure Sean will understand this one. Being the CEO of the company, when we have a long weekend, I have a skeleton staff. I do. There's no meat on me at all, really. It really isn't.
Love it.
Oh,
Dear,
There was something there.
This,
You missed it. It was a skull.
there was a skull.
Nick had a skull.
Nick had a skull. Has he got one of those crystal skulls? One of those mythical ones?
Yeah, I don't know.
you gotta show them again.
I don't know if you can actually see the detail on it. It's got quite a lot of
Jesus.
detailing on it. It's actually Sean's. I'm in Sean's house in Sheffield.
Okay.
And she's...
Does she shave
She's,
people down that close often?
So nobody's looking at her hair.
Robert!
Does Sean do that to people often?
Well, I'm still here to tell the tale. So, yeah. I'll tell you what though, Grant, is when I appreciate we're still recording stuff. There's something I'd like to get out about future recordings, if I may, at some point, and some different personnel that Richard's kindly agreed to have in his growing Wall of Sound family, both in the US and the UK.
Thank you. That's right. You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Now, believe me, this is a fascinating insight into how we can get things happening not only in one part of the world, but another part of the world. And, well, you were saying that you would like to get something out about something that's happening with the Wall of Sound. Now, believe me, I'm fascinated with Wall of Sound. Why don't you let us in on the secret?
Well, now that we've got Ridge back, I know he disappeared temporarily and stuff. I'll make it as brief as I can. The basic ethos with it is Ridge during lockdown started up the Wall of Sound in America with some quality musicians in Nashville. I think they needed to get out and play during lockdown. Then obviously Ridge and I have met, so we've now got the Wall of Sound. It's not a competitive thing. We're all one big family, courtesy of Ridge. So he's got his musicians in Nashville and in America, and I've put together some boys and girls over in the UK. So basically, we are now the Wall of Sound family. But we've got the UK and the American version of that, you know. So the whole point is that Ridge is going to come over to the UK next year to do some solo shows on some shows with us as a band. So it's just more cost effective. Ridge can come over, we can learn all the music with the quality of the musicians that we've got in the UK, and actually go and tour, maybe have a day rehearsal and go and play some gigs, as I said, with some really top end musicians. But what I'd also like to add, if I may, courtesy of the lovely Nikki Evans, she introduced me to a lady called Lynn Paul a little while back, and Lynn Paul is a famous lady and a star again in her own right, West End, an actress on various soap operas in the UK, big soap operas. But more importantly for me as a musician, she was one of the members of the New Seekers, which were a very, very famous band in their day. I'm sure you'd be familiar with them, Grant. And Lynn, Nikki and I have got a little group, and I think Lynn would love to get involved, and we'd love to have her involved with performing and singing some songs. So Ridge, Sherry and his team over there, I'm sure over the next few months will put pen to paper and get something suitable together that we can all play on and pump something out. But for us, it's massive kudos and respect to Lynn Paul for actually wanting to get involved with this. But again, this is all courtesy of Nikki Evans, and we're all very grateful for that.
You know, Nick, I'm absolutely fascinated with this. I really, really am. But before we go on any further, I want to get down to the skinny with Sean up here. Sean, how long have you been playing the harp?
Well, it must be. I on and off. I think I bought my first harp when I was like 21. But I remember having one as a child that I picked up and put down and picked up. I never really, but sometimes I would just blow it on my own, And so somewhere ingrained was I need to be a harp player. I own several guitars. I can't play any of them. I've got, I don't play strings. I just don't get it, right? It doesn't work for me. And I find that really difficult. Right? So for me, it was the mouth organ. It's very personal. It's an expression. It's an extension of your voice. And everybody has their own tone and sound, even if they play the same instrument. With a harmonica, it's very much, you can tell if it's a particular player, or like for instance Stevie Wonder, you pick him out just like that, you can tell it's him instantly just from So from 21, I'm 55 this year, so a little while. But having said that, I would go months without picking them up and then just get back into it again. But every time you play, something develops in a muscle memory, and before you know it, you become a harmonica player, and it's just lots and lots of time.
I get it. I really, really do. Now, having said that, Ridge, let me tell you, I can play a few things myself. I'm very proficient at the cowbell. Okay. I played in an orchestra with a triangle.
Nice.
This triangle.
I really have. Would you believe? True story. I was in Dunedin. I was in a university in Dunedin. A friend of mine was in the New Zealand Symphony Orchestra, and he came down crook, and I got his best friend ring me and say, hey, listen, you fit his suit, his penguin suit, how'd you like to come and sit in? And I'm going, sweet, what am I playing? And he goes, you'll find out when you get here, right? So I get there, in the suit, the whole deal, you know, cuffs, collars, the whole deal. They put me, literally, they said, your seat's right down the very end there, and everybody can see you anyway, so don't worry about it, you know, just make sure your fly's done up, you'll be fine. So I get there, your instrument's waiting for you on your seat, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't think it's a violin, so I'll get down there and find out it's a triangle, right? And as I'm going down there, the conductor sort of says, excuse me, I will give you the cue when you're needed, okay? One good strong hit, please. And I went, oh, okay, as I'm walking down, I didn't know it was a triangle at this stage until I get there, and I look at it and I go, aha, right? 2.5 hours later to get the big light, the big, and ping.
Just the one.
Just the one ping. 2.5 hours for it, mate. Absolute suspense all the way through, because every now and again I'd get him and he'd look at me and I'm thinking, this is it? No. No. Right at the very end. And, I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I think by the time it got to that stage, even the crowd knew what was going on. By the time I got the ping, the crowd went off. And they just cracked up. That was funny as. Having said that, John Nicoloppa is joining us. Nice to have you on board, John. This does bring us to the end of another guest interview. Now, guys, don't go anywhere just yet. Sean, you'll find out about this. We take a few photos, make a movie, you'll get a copy, okay? I apologise now. I really do. But what I usually say is, show it to people you don't like. Automatically, if you show it to people, you know, friends and family, everything like that, they'll automatically love it. Show it to people you don't like, and that usually puts a fire under their tuckers. They get in touch with us, and before you know it, they're saying, hey, I've got a band. Barbara's having a look at them, and, well, you never know where that may transpire. She gets about 200 submissions a day, and I really encourage you going around all your friends that are musicians and saying, get in touch with Barbara. I like to see her working more.
And you.
Grant, I'll say just one thing before you finish. Thank you so much. It would be remiss of us all not to thank the other members of the band, in particular Mark Haynes playing drums for us, Mr. Milligan, Alex on guitar, did a sterling job, and also the wonderful Dr. Elaine who played fiddle on Loving All Over You, and Paul Jenkins of Leicestershire orchestras and various bands over there, very proficient players, and also part of the Wall of Sound family, and we're also grateful for them. Thank you.
By the way, who's doing the mixing? Who's your engineers here?
We'd also like to thank you for saying that as well. Over in the UK, it's a guy called Adam Ellis that Sean was talking about earlier at Deadline Studios, and I think Ridge would like to thank Kevin over in Nashville.
Yeah, and Kevin Grenier at Haddon Creek Studios down the street from me in Nashville, and they use the same software, so it worked out really easy that way. You know, there's only a couple to choose from. We got lucky. So
absolutely.
Even more simple. And I also want to thank Stephen Foster too, because he's probably the reason that I know you as well, DJ.
Yeah,
he is. He really is. He really is the reason why we know each other, Rich. He does such a great job for artists, and believe me, I'm a big fan of his own music as well. I've got to be honest with you, very accomplished artist in his own right. So, absolutely love Stephen Foster. We do. So we're going to wrap it up right now, and I've got to say thank you to Sean. Also, thank you to Rich. Love to Sherry, and please welcome Sherry into the family. I'm so pleased that she's a part of our family. Nick, and also please say welcome to Sean into our family as well. It's such a pleasure to have you guys joining us every morning. I love that. I really, really do. In fact,
Thanks,
you know,
mate. Good to see you again, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely, you guys. And thank you so much, Dick, man. And
Yeah, listen, Barbara and Grant are the linchpin of all of this. They're the common denominator, so, you know, we don't forget, and we're always grateful. You know that. You know that.
maybe one day we'll be able to hook up in person, and you know, you never know. You might be able to.
I'm sure over the next year or two we'll all be having a beer together somewhere on a beach. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, well, I can lay my hands on a triangle. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. And I expect at least one more hit than one. Anyway, have a very happy and successful day, and we'll be back again Tuesday?
Monday.
I'll be back on Monday. Will you be back on Tuesday?
Monday.
You'll be back on Monday. Okay, very cool. In fact, we've got 2 more interviews happening on Monday, which is absolutely fantastic. We will see you then. In the meantime, have a very happy and successful weekend. Stay safe, everybody.